in a bit of a pissy mood. Let me explain. Technology, right? I'm sick of feeling like a complete fucking dunce. Why is it that nowadays, to get anywhere with technology, you either need somebody of oriental orientation, or it needs to be some sarcastic little shit that's about a quarter of your fucking age that makes you feel like an absolute monjai? Why? I mean, it's not like I don't need a lot of tech. I do to do what I do, right? I mean, some of you may have seen, and I'll see if I can edit it here, my computer set up at home, but nothing is fucking straightforward. I tried this morning to link a tablet, a simple fucking tablet, to my phone. You'd think it'd be easy, wouldn't you? Not a fucking chance of it, right? And I had somebody else who works in a fucking Apple store next to me, and he's going, well, it's because you got fucking Android, mate. They're so fucking difficult. Why? You're meant to sell a fucking product that I can just go, connect, and then it does it. Because at the moment, right, when I do videos, I have to try and remember fucking everything, right? Not always easy, you might know. So I thought, I'll get the tablet, I'll connect it up, and while I'm talking to you, I can have a read. Seems fucking simple, right? And they all bang on about how fucking easy it is. Yet, by the time you're finished, depending on your personality, you could have 2 destroyed bits of kit, you could have a real piss on, like I've got now, or you could be left feeling inherently stupid, which isn't so, by the way. These assholes that build this make it difficult. Why? Because they're fucking assholes. It doesn't have to be this fucking difficult. Press, connect, whoopee-doo, can we get on with our fucking day? But no, not a fucking chance of it. And that leads me on to the next thing. Because, but no, I'll go back. Fuck it, I'm not finished. Right? An Oculus Quest, which is now being called the Metaverse. That's worrying, by the way. Right? Trying to connect this to my computer took intelligent people that know about computers a fucking day, for Christ's sake. Now, I just bought £3,000 worth of computer because the old one couldn't keep up with what I wanted to do, which is quite amazing given the fact that I'm a fucking hairy ass stupid fucking trucker, and yet the computer was struggling to keep up. Whatever, maybe I'm a bit demanding. Maybe that's why you're single. Maybe it's make-believe, whatever. Some of you might remember the other. Anyway, so yeah, I had to buy this. You're terribly kind, lorry driver. Oh, cheers, thank you very much. I'll go then. I was going to let you go first, but whatever. That'll lead on to the next question about people getting dumber. So anyway, bought this, and it just makes it so fucking difficult. There is no need for any of this to be so fucking difficult. And incidentally, I'm pretty sure, because I've banged on about this 100 times, the century of self. This is all about how they made sure that we're good consumers. Now, I'm stupid, obviously, because I'm asking for something reasonable here, and clearly that's asking too much. But why is it that you can't make the old technology you have work with the new technology? If technology is so fucking good, well, here's a thought. Because it's not meant to, because otherwise you wouldn't buy fucking new, would you? So we've always got to make sure that it supersedes, and you've got to get rid of that old thing, so you have to buy more. Wankers, absolute fucking wankers. I've got items that work perfectly good, but because they got a little bit older, oh no, Windows 11 won't fucking touch it. But of course it wouldn't. It was never meant to, was it? Whatever. Now, stupid people. What is it with people, right, these days? I mean, I'll talk about motorists, right? And some of you may be able to sympathise with me, and especially if you're a lorry driver or driving something big, but I would say any commercial vehicle driver, or, you know, some of the good drivers out there. What is it with people that just keep going for a gap knowing they won't fit? That won't give way, whatever, that will do something perilously dangerous, right? They've got no self-sense of fear because they've been so utterly protected by the system, and they've never had a punch in the face, that they don't know significant pain, and they're not fearful of it. When I was a kid, you'd do something that would really fucking hurt. And I mean hurt. Whether it's come off your fucking bike on your handlebars, or your bollocks end up on the fucking crossbar, right? Whether it's break a bone, whether it was miss your pedals and the fucking things hit your shins and they were metal, then that hurt, right? Whether it was come off your bike wearing nothing more than denim shorts, they were fashionable at the time, by the way, and skid up tarmac and bounce off a fucking stone wall and a lamppost. Yes, I did this. And just for good measure, because your brother didn't like you much, run over you, which was nice. I was covered head to foot in blood. That was painful. But you know what worried me more? The fact that I was probably not meant to be down the seafront at that time and my mother was going to bollock me. But back to the stupid people. The stupid people have not experienced enough physical pain in their life to be fearful of dangerous situations. They're dumb. They're stupid. Health and safety has stopped their inherent fucking stupidity, getting them fingers chopped off, heads chopped off, broken bones and other things, because these people were incapable of thinking for themselves. Yet you put them on the road, and when you put them on the road, they think they're fucking invincible. I got my seatbelt on an airbag. Really? Well, that'll make quite a difference, because you're driving a Mini right now, aren't you? And I'm in 32 tons worth of truck. And because you've put yourself in a position where I can't fucking stop, right, I'm likely as not to turn your little fucking car into, well, I don't know, 1/8 of the size with you inside. And how do you reckon that'll make you? Well, I've got an airbag and a seatbelt. Yeah, well, when the front bumper touches the back bumper, you'll be fucking jam. Or worse still, you might not die instantly. You might be sat there for hours suffering in incredible pain, dying a slow and agonising death, while the firemen are frantically trying to cut you out. You ever thought about that, you fucking idiots, right? But they do stuff like, I went to Bristol City yesterday. This is probably why I'm a bit wound up. I spent a day driving around that fucking place, and I watched the lemmings. And I seriously tell you, it's like out of a horror film. I'm a town or a village lad now, right? I don't like cities particularly because I feel they're very soulless. But I went there and they're all shuffling round together, all walking with their heads down, all look like droids, all had the personality, sent everything knocked out of them. And I was horrified. I truly was horrified. But the other thing I noticed is they're all walking around. They've stopped being able to human. They don't walk naturally. They don't carry themselves naturally. They're all very awkward. They're all socially awkward with each other, but yet they all walk together. And they're all there permanently staring at this fucking device, the same device that I'm talking to you on. So yes, I am not without some sort of guilt myself. I have to use this fucking technology that I despise to talk to you. However, these people, it's more than dependent on this. It's, if you took their phone away from them, I think these little cunts would fucking fall apart. Truthfully. Now, there are times that I will make sure that phone and other technology is as far away from me as possible so I can reset. I will go down to the field that I've got, right, where you can't get a phone signal. And I'll spend a couple of days down there. I haven't done it for a while. It's probably why I'm a bit wound up. But they're literally phone, look above, phone, look where we're going, phone, look, oh, human, look at me, shit, phone. It's freaky. We're developing weird droid-like fucking freaks out there, right? And I fucking despise it. I hate what this system is doing to people. And it's not finished. They want people to join the metaverse. Now, I bought this headset called the Oculus Quest, and it is virtual reality, and this is where they want to send us. But there's two reasons for this. The first reason is I play a rally game on a sim rig. I use it for relaxation after an entire days of driving sensibly. I then go and act like a complete arsehole on this fucking thing, and I go completely fucking sideways in a Mark II Escort, and I love it. I'm like a child. I unwind that way. It's better than knocking somebody out, and it's legal. And as I haven't got a missus, I can't go home and take it out in the nice sense on her. So there we are. You make do with what you've got, don't you? So, I haven't got on this thing, but going sideways and handbrake turns was very difficult because it was in 2D. Now I can actually look round the bend, and when the car is totally fucking sideways, in the old days all I could see was the bank ahead. Not much cop, because in the old days when I went sideways, when the road was coming at you, yeah, you want to stop there, mate. When the road's coming at you through that window, you generally look through that window. Makes sense, right? So yeah, so you go like that, you're looking sideways, and then you can handbrake turn. It's brilliant. It's fucking great. But I was kind of horrified when I set this thing up and it says Oculus Quest has turned into the metaverse, and I'm like, you're fucking shitting me. I was horrified. I thought the Reverend Mother is going to take a chainsaw to me and end me, because she's rather against this. But then I thought to myself, how the fuck do you know what's going on if you're not into it, but involved? No, I can get all the notifications of all the weird shit fuckery that old cyborg fucking Zuckerberg and his ilk are doing. It's also very much connected to Facebook, the nightmare that is. Now, I am on all of these platforms I despise, and you might call me a hypocrite, but how the fuck do I get to the people on there and warn them about things without being on it? Now, I've long since stopped posting interesting stuff on Facebook because you would lose your account. Now, it's not that I'm scared of losing my account, it's just I don't want to interact any great deal with them. What I do with Facebook now is use it as a way of connecting to other people. So I've got a dictionary, or a directory I should say, of all the people I know, and they can message me and I can message them, and that's about as good as it's worth. Other than that, I don't really want to know where somebody went on a holiday, or what they're having for tea, or for that matter, what the latest fucking thing that Facebook has put out to make you believe it's a game that you're all playing, but actually they just secretly hacked a load more data off you. Put the last 3 pictures of you, put 3 pictures of you up in the last 30 years, 10 years apart. Great. So they've been able to now track your face through the years accurately. Great. You've just done that for them. Or, I don't know, say all the interesting places you like to go, but not like you haven't already. Ah, great. Best tracking device ever. Whatever. So, going back to the stupid people, if you took health and safety away tomorrow, the death rate would go through the roof. But the same stupid people expect you to play by the rules. Now, these rules are also telling these stupid people to do things that are harmful for them. I don't even have to mention what that is now, because if you're probably watching this video, you already know. Now, some of you may say that what I'm doing now is dangerous. Probably is to a fucking idiot. How many of you have sat in a car with a passenger? And talked over to that passenger like this while you're driving? All of you. Every fucking one of you, right? But yet some of you, because you are a bunch of pussies, and I'm not saying all of you, there will be some, you know, some of the people that will trip across this video that aren't subscribed to me, that are fucking absolute pussies again. Oh, you're driving. Yeah, I fucking am. Fuck your rules, right? I'm sick and tired of being told what I can do, what I can't do, when, where and what, because it's more and more rules. So, if you can't get over the fact that in the old days, Mum used to drive a car with no seatbelt on, with all the kids, all 15 of the cunts packed into a Mark III Cortina estate. I load in their fucking estate because there's not enough room on the back seat anymore. You know what I'm talking about, right? All fucking off, right? And you're still here today, right? If you can't cope with that, right? Or you can cope with that, but you can't cope with the fact that I'm just sat here looking ahead and occasionally glancing at you, in the same way you probably might even glance at the rear view mirror if you're any sort of motorist, because let's be honest, the people out there that are telling me now that I'm not taking enough notice of whatever would probably be saying, why aren't you checking your mirrors, Simon? Simple. How the fuck is anybody going to overtake me on an embankment? And incidentally, what you can't see at the moment is there's 2 marked fucking lines down here nobody can overtake. And I'm at 40 mile an hour, which is the limit to this road. Anything coming past me is going to be a motorbike, which I can do nothing about. But here's the other thing that you lot probably don't know, that lorry drivers, whilst looking ahead, are noticing what's going on. Another car, his lights are brighter than the last one. That one, the lights are dimmer. And why can I see this? Because this is my job. When I look ahead, I'm actually still seeing it in my peripheral vision. Try it for yourself. You will notice in a split second if there's something wrong, and the lorry drivers will tell you the same now. If you're a lorry driver and you've made it to this part of my whinge, put in the comments that immediately if there's something wrong in that mirror, you see it straight away and you do that. You know straight away, don't you? If there's something not happening right, you'll fucking know it. Why? Because you spend 10 hours a day minimum, 5 days a week minimum, right? X amount of weeks of the year, depending on how fucking lucky you are, doing this. It becomes second nature. You know when you're walking along as a human being, right? How do you know where to put your foot? Because it's become natural. If you see something coming at you out the corner of your eye, you look that way, don't you? It's the same thing. We build up these skills because we're doing it all the fucking time. Now somebody will drive in the side of me and make me look a cunt. But you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just a bit pissed off at the moment. Pissed off with everything. I'm run down, obviously. I started eating out of the garages. That was not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. That processed food has fucked me up so hard. It's fucked me harder than any alcohol ever could have. And I seriously mean that. I was eating those tiny little pretend Swedish meatballs with a chorizo or whatever. Them, and I was having, what else was I having? Those little samosas that you get in the garage, or a pasty. Fuck me, that was bad stuff. Really was. So I've gotten ill, and I've been doing flat out, I don't know, I think we were working out 11.5 to 12-hour days during the week, then coming home and doing social media, then on the weekend we were painting, decorating, moving rooms, having people down. Long story short, I overdid it. That's why you didn't get a stream last week, because I was rough. I was bad. Anyway, we've decided to improve. So I went out to the local butcher who can trade, or who can find out, well, literally knows where the meat was reared. I kind of like that. And I spent 70 quid down there. And then I went and bought a load of fresh veg. And I got a friend who loves cooking, but doesn't cook for herself very often, to come and cook for me, batch cook. And I did some myself. So I'm now eating home cooked food that's healthy all week. And bananas and apples. So we're getting ourselves better, but that's why you haven't had many videos lately. I've been mentally fucked, physically fucked, and totally and utterly drained. I'm incidentally changing jobs, but not companies. My boss is worse than me in his political beliefs. So if anybody ever rang up trying to complain, I think you'd get a bigger mouthful than you'd even get off me. I listened to him, and I'm not going to say his name or the company, but I listened to him on a trip the other day, and I'm like, fucking hell, son. And I had no idea about this. So, yeah. And the good thing is, none of his trucks are sign written. You wouldn't know what the company name was or anything. And he's as big a cunt as me, so that's brilliant. And if you're watching this, Paul, that's your first note. Nobody's ever going to know who you are apart from that. You're a cunt. But I can't lie you. Now, moving on. What was I going to say? There is going to be a live stream this weekend. Yes. And I'm going to invite, hopefully, based again, hopefully Winston Smith taxis. Although he says he's going to stay sober. We may even get Dave on if he's not out there molested of, I don't know, some fucking fir tree or whatever. He's a bit of a nightmare, Dave is. He's been pretty well behaved this week, to be fair. Although I have forgotten to open the curtains today, so he may kick off. He could be a bit of a handful, Dave. And he needs repotting, but we'll get to that. So Dave could be on. I don't know. It depends on his behaviour. Yeah, if you want Dave on, you're going to have to say in the comments. But meanwhile, yeah, and I believe the base Welshman's trying to get a guy from America who's similar thinking on to tell me about what's going on over there. Brother Disturbed has come to me and told me there's some interesting developments in America regarding what you can and can't do. So to people who are into off-grid, that kind of stuff, they're making canning, home canning, illegal. If you've got an allotment over there, you're going to have to register it, because in times of crisis, they want to be there to seize all your food. Is any of this seeming worrying to you yet? It's fucking quite worrying, but not. I expected it. You're not allowed to be self-sufficient in many parts of America, apart from the fact you're not allowed to harvest your own fucking water out of the sky. That apparently belongs to the local fucking companies or county or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's not like all of this is ours. No, you can't anymore. But there's all of these other things that you're not allowed to do. So I may well try and get Brother Disturbed on, although he hates putting his face in front of the camera. I would if I had a face like that. But anyway, yeah, I will try and get him on to go through some of the details if I can. And that might mean I have to get a hold of him and do something Saturday daytime. We'll see. But the problem is he wants me to get absolutely pissed up Friday, and because that's Brother Disturbed for you. He loves a drink. Problem is I'm trying to avoid the alcohol at the moment to try and help the body, so that won't please Disturbed. Whatever. Anyway, that's 20 minutes of rant. So I hope you enjoyed my rants. I don't do them as many or as often as I used to, but fuck me, sometimes I just get an absolute cunt full of it. Absolute guts full of all. I'm beginning to hate stuff. And it's not individuals. When I say that, so say for instance, it wouldn't be an individual average person. But I despise globalism. I despise everything that goes with the globalism, all right? So you can tick all of the boxes. And there are a lot of people in there who are by themselves individuals and by themselves wrong ones. But generally speaking, when you walk around, the average individual, I got no problem with it. Most of them have been fucked over the same way we are. But there you go. Anyway, don't forget Discord, all right? There is I got two Discord channels actually. I'll be honest. I've got a gaming channel. I've got the main channel. Now the main channel, we had all these different rooms for people to go in and, and look at different stuff. But some people were complaining, right, because they have letter blindness or dyslexia like me or whatever, that it was too complicated, right? Others loved it. But what I've done is thinned it out a little bit to make it a little bit easier for those of you who are, like me, dyslexic, all right? Much probably to the dismay of Alan, who spent with Dafter and Brody, who spent a great deal of time making all these different rooms for people. However, unfortunately, you've got to try and cater for everybody, and that's not easy. So there it is. Right, as I say, I've done my rant. Feeling somewhat I hope you lot are doing all right. I mean, me telling you how I feel really doesn't matter, because I mean, you lot are going through it, and some of you, unlike me, won't have as much of a platform to shout like fuck, and some of you may feel that you're not listened to. But you'll be amazed how many people out there are just like you. Some of them are hiding, some of them aren't, some of them are about the point of cracking. But as things get worse, people will just come out of their shells and say, fuck it, nothing to lose. Meanwhile, you can phone in to the live stream Saturday night. You can do it anonymously, most people do. You don't need to give your name. And as for your number, it shows up on my phone, but it doesn't show up on anything else. And then it gets fucked off after, so there it is. So the live stream always goes out on a Saturday night at 8 o'clock unless there's some fucking drama. The links to everything else that I do will be in the description. Don't forget to tick the button. Most of you aren't getting notifications of what I'm doing at the moment because YouTube has come down on me. Whatever, it does this. It'll do this where it'll unsubscribe people, as it's doing at the moment, in a massive rate, and where it'll make sure that you're not getting seen. Then they'll have some sort of technical update which will stop that happening for 10 minutes and I gain 10,000 subs. So that's the kind of thing that lets me know that actually people still do want to see your stuff. It's just the powers that be are trying to stop people seeing your stuff. There it is. Anyway, let's carry on, and I'll see you all in a bit.